Hello, gorgeous manifestors. How are you? Hope you are all really, really well. And I'm very excited to talk today about how we all have our own amazing non physical team who are here to help us manifest and deliberately create and co create with the universe and the multiverse. And we can access our non-physical team through our higher selves who are also non-physical. And so what I wanted to talk about today was my experience of getting to know my higher self and how I'm now getting to know more and more of my non-physical team through my higher self, Sarah. And as always, with what I'm talking about, I want to demystify this. And as I always say, if someone had said to me a couple of years ago, I would be sat here now talking about higher selves and my non-physical team, I would have been like, I really can't see that happening. But what I've really learned is that once you've mastered the art of manifesting, there's so much more out there in the multiverse and the universe for us to access and leverage. And now what would have seemed weird 2 years ago is completely normal to me. I work with my higher self and my non-physical team every single day, and it just opens up so much more to you in terms of what you can manifest, what you can create with your human physical experience here on earth. It just opens everything up. So I'm just going to tell you what my experience has been like and share with you also how you can start to connect with your higher self and over time also your broader non-physical team. So I've talked very recently about the awakening process following the fifth dimension earth believe releasing process. So if you haven't already seen that or listened to that, you can watch my videos on YouTube and also listen to my podcasts on iTunes and Spotify. But in the awakening content that I put out, I talked about how your higher self is integral to this leading edge releasing process. And I just want to give you a bit of an introduction to your higher self. So your higher self is the eternal non-physical extension of you, and they only ever have one physical incarnation at a time. So you currently are your higher self's only physical incarnation on planet Earth at this moment in time. And your higher self has had hundreds or even thousands of previous physical incarnations. And if this is sounding a bit out there to you, just to help to make this more understandable, many of you that follow my work really closely follow the teachings of Esther and Jerry Hicks as well, and the insight that they have brought through and continue to bring through from Abraham. And they always talked about source energy. So there's lots of things from Abraham. If you look at Abraham Hicks on YouTube and you read their books and you look at their content, they will often talk about source energy. Now, with the insight that fifth dimension Earth are bringing through, it is understood that source energy is actually your higher self. So when Esther and Jerry Hicks talk about you having source energy, always having its focus upon you, always supporting you and loving you and being there alongside you, we now understand that to be our awesome higher selves. And I really want to demystify this because, as I say, 2 years ago I wouldn't have believed it, but now it's so part of my everyday life. And it's about making this mainstream. Everything that I talk about, it's about making this mainstream and accessible to all. So you, as you are watching this, have your own higher self. They are right here with you now because you are the physical extension of them. You are them, they are you, they are with you all the time. And so if you want to start translating from non-physical and feeling non-physical around you and building your tuning to them, your higher self is the best place to start. Firstly, because they are you and you are them. They are really, they're the easiest non-physical energy to start tuning to, but also it's through them that you can start to access your broader non-physical team. And what else do I want to say about higher selves? They only ever love you. They are here to help guide you to unlock everything that's in your soul contract. When I've spoken in the past about following that inner guidance that the universe gives you, following the inspired actions and the clarity, that comes through your higher self. And so again, this just links in. It's like an extension to everything I've taught over the last 2.5, nearly 3 years. When you're following that universal guidance, it's coming from your higher self. When you're getting those gut instincts, those nudges, they're coming from your higher self. So follow them, follow them, follow them. So ways to start tuning to your higher self more intentionally now you know that they're there and who they are. There's lots of ways that you can do it. The book from Fifth Dimension Earth called Believe talks about this. I did a whole focus on this in January in my manifesting membership, so anyone that wants to join the manifesting membership, that content's still all there. But you can start doing things like typing. It's just one way that I receive Sarah. So when I write my mailers for the manifesting membership, when I start writing messages from Sarah and Sarah, which is something I announced last night, I will be receiving Sarah. And so typing and sort of feeling her flowing through me. When I wrote both of my books, Sarah was flowing through me because I received so much. I didn't realize it was her at the time. I just felt I was receiving something from the universe. It was Sarah. So start feeling when you're in those moments of real flow. Esther and Jerry Hicks talk about being in those moments where conversations flow really beautifully and you have the right answer to every question. That's when your higher self is flowing through you. And this is one of the reasons actually I only ever, in terms of my one-to-one coaching, help people who want to be in their passion or expand their passion. Because when you're in your passion, that's your higher self leading you, and you are going to get so much inspiration and guidance from them. So just feel into any of those times where you feel like you're flowing and just practice some typing, and you will feel some guidance kind of coming through. Also, everybody receives their higher selves in different ways. That's the other thing as well. Don't compare with other people. And, you know, I don't yet hear or see Sarah, but I get a feeling. It's more cognitive, so I'll get a feeling and that translates into words. But over the last 1.5 years that I've been working with Sarah, I can get really detailed information from clients, for clients, and just for me in day-to-day life, I can literally just get these understandings that come through as feelings and then translate into words. Other things you can try doing is writing with your non-dominant hand. But if you are following the guidance you're being given a lot of the time, that is you tuning to your higher self. So when I was running Mastering the Art of Manifesting for the first sort of couple of years, I was always following that universal guidance without realizing that was me tuning to Sarah. Okay, so there's lots of different ways you can play with it. I'm not sort of going to give you all of the different ways now because I want to sort of keep this content not massively long, but just to give you some things to play with. And there's also a higher self connection practice in my manifesting membership as well. A brilliant place to start, you know, knowing when your higher self is around you. For me, I feel Sarah around me quite often in terms of the fact that I get goosebumps and that kind of thing. And often when we're feeling our higher selves, they send us sensations that we've always felt throughout our whole lives, but we just never knew it was them. I've always received goosebumps from Sarah when it's sort of like a confirmation energy, or when I'm feeling like really high vibration, or when she wants to get my attention. I just thought goosebumps was because I was a bit cold. I didn't actually understand that goosebumps was her and her energy around me. Okay. Pinging and high vibration noises and that kind of thing in my ears is also my non-physical team through her. So these are all of the things that you start to realize over time you've always known are there, but you've never realized they're non-physical in your higher self. So definitely, I mean, I've spoken about higher selves before, so I'm going to move on now to our broader non-physical teams. But for those of you that are new to this insight, then I would just say this is the most amazing relationship that you can build. Like, even when I went for a run this morning, I was asking Sarah to help give me some energy and help power me through the run. When I came on to do this live, I've called in my non-physical team and Sarah. All of my non-physical team are accessible through Sarah. It's the same for you. Through your own higher selves, you can access your broader non-physical team. And so call on them as often as you want, and be patient. It is progressive. I've been doing this for about 18 months, and I had my first experience a couple of weeks ago on holiday where a non-physical guide came through and I correctly and accurately translated who it was for the first time. So for many, it's not an overnight thing, but enjoy the process. Don't get frustrated if you can't get crystal clear clarity to start with. Enjoy the process. Remember, what you feel is what you manifest more of. So if you're feeling joy and excitement around this rather than frustration and impatience, those high vibration feelings you're going to manifest more of, and it will become easier. And also, the higher vibration you are, the easier it is to receive from your higher self and non-physical. And this is something that links into what I spoke about before about the awakening process, the believe releasing process, which is tackling stored vibration as well as your day-to-day transitional vibration. Using the believe releasing process, you can get your vibration up to the highest on the planet. Okay, my vibration is currently one of the highest on the planet because not only do I deal with my day-to-day transitional vibration, I'm shifting out the low stored vibration, and it's because of that also that I am able to start receiving from my non-physical team more clearly. So this is what is possible for each and every one of us, and your non-physical team, likewise with your higher self, are here to guide you and help you to uncover everything that you asked for in your soul contract. And so your passions, as I've spoken about just now, your passions are so often linked in with what, well, they are always linked in with what you are here to do, what you asked for in your soul contract. And so your higher self, their previous physical incarnations will have very often had a leaning towards what you're passionate in this lifetime as well. And again, as you tune to your higher self, you can start to receive guidance from their previous physical incarnations as well. So through Sarah, I'm able to access law of attraction type insight, as well as loads of other insight from all of her other previous physical incarnations that make up her energy. So this is where, whatever your passion is, whether it's art, whether it's fashion, whether it's dancing, whatever it is, if you tune to your higher self and allow them to flow through you, you are immediately going to be at the leading edge of whatever it is that you're passionate about, the leading edge of your field. But also your non-physical team are very likely, or they're going to have a real leaning to what you're here to do. So I'm here to coach law of attraction. So Sarah has been trained by Abraham in non-physical. So there's so much through Sarah. Obviously, it's like all law of attraction, but it's not just Sarah. My broader non-physical team, so many of them, such a strong leaning towards law of attraction. My most recent guide that came through a couple of weeks ago that I mentioned in the last content that I put out, Jerry Hicks, obviously massively influential in law of attraction. Now it kind of makes so much sense, but I never really thought about it in that way before. But actually, more and more of my non-physical team that I'm coming to know are all here to help me to teach law of attraction in a leading edge way. So it's the same for each and every one of you. There's people that I know who are really into fashion, and their guides are these notorious fashion designers that if I said their names, you'd know who they were. There's someone else I know who's really passionate about music. Her guides are really well-known people in the music industry that have transitioned but are now forming part of their non-physical team. And this is possible for each, this is the case for each and every one of you. You will all have your own awesome non-physical team, but they will be here to help you uncover all of your abilities and gifts, and to uncover your true purpose and to be totally limitless, which again just links straight back into why I only ever coach people to move in their passion. I won't coach people to do what society thinks they should do, for example, or I won't coach them to just basic things like run their business in a certain way. It's like, what is your higher self? What are your broader non-physical team guiding you to do? And then after they've worked with me for a while, they actually don't need me because they're so receiving from their higher self and non-physical team anyway. This is how we should all be kind of living. This is fifth dimension earth living, where you are guided by your non-physical team, by your higher self, and you receive their infinite intelligence and guidance. This is possible for each and every one of us. It's just whether we choose to access it or not. And if you want to start accessing it, start tuning to your higher self. It's something that I'm also coaching. So if you're not kind of wanting to do it through the membership or through reading books, then obviously just reach out and contact me. But start tuning to your higher self. Start going through the believe releasing process. Again, this is something that I'm supporting clients with. Start shifting out your low stored vibration. You don't have to do any of this, but I know that so many of you are watching this and feeling really excited by this. And so just know this is possible. I'm someone that came from a 12-year corporate role in central London. Never in a gazillion years did I think I would be sat here now talking about non-physical and like all of the awesome stuff that I get to talk about and play with each day. I never in a million years thought I'd be sat here working with universal multiversal energy each day. I never ever imagined it. But it's not that it's weird and it's unusual. It's that actually we can all do this if we want to. But it is about free will and meeting the universe halfway. And so if this excites you, start tuning to your higher self, start shifting out this low stored vibration and open up to the wonder of the multiverse. It is just the most incredible process. I know I also mentioned I'd quickly talk about dimensions today as well, because I did... Oh, actually, some of you may not know, so I won't just assume that you do. Did you know that when you awaken, your higher self, when you transition, then moves into the next dimension? So this is just one way that we get to expand our higher selves as well as ourselves. And the universe and the multiverse. And how awesome is that? Okay, so be really excited about this. More information on dimensions to come over time. You can read about it more also in the book Believe from Fifth Dimension Earth. But know that we are here to shift into the fifth dimension at this moment in time. This is what all of this is leading towards and is already underway. People are able to awaken now far faster and far more fully than ever before. So use this process if this excites you. You may be watching this and you may not feel aligned to this yet, or listening to this, you may not feel aligned to this yet. That's fine. Just know it's there. And in the meantime, you can still just start connecting to your higher self. You can still start. And the other thing is, I'm just sort of being guided to say as well, is it is important that your vibration is high when you are connecting to non-physical, because over time it ensures you don't mistranslate as well. So obviously really important for you yourself that you're not mistranslating, but also if you are bringing through guidance in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's for clients or whatever it is, the higher vibration you are, you get to a point where you won't mistranslate. So this is something that I guess I feel very passionate about as well. It's something I've learned a lot from Fifth Dimension Earth, is the importance of a high vibration so that you can ensure you're giving the right guidance and receiving the right guidance for yourself as well. So keep working on your vibration. Of course, this is just going to excel your manifesting momentum, and this is so much of what is happening now here at Mastering the Art of Manifesting. We are really at the leading edge here, so know that this is here for each and every one of you should you want to open yourself up to it, and be excited, because all of you that are listening and watching this right now, there's no chance that you're here. This is really clear. There's no chance you're here. You are here because you're meant to be hearing these words, and because actually you wanted to hear these words in your soul contract. Now's the time is what I'm being given. Okay, so now is the time. So have fun with this. Know that we love you so much. And as per the notice I put out yesterday, in the next week or so, I will be starting something with Sarah called Messages from Sarah and Sarah, where we will be sending regular short messages straight into your inbox to lift and inspire. It's something I've been really passionate about. It's something I've always had a broader vision around, is bringing way more positive news and content into the world. And this is the first step of that. So there'll be more announcements to come. And all you need to do is sign up to receive the emails. It's all free. It's just about really helping to lift the vibration of you and the planet, and to just send positive, uplifting content out into the world. That's something I've always had a passion about since working in PR. So now it's really exciting to start moving with that as well. So much happening here. As I've said for a few weeks now, we're not slowing down at Mastering the Art of Manifesting. We are speeding up. So much more exciting stuff to come. But in the meantime, we will leave you with this today. We love you so much, and have fun starting to open up and connect to your higher self and broader non-physical team. We love you. Mwah.